Hey everyone, welcome to the updates for May of 2017. KI Live was yesterday, so we kind of got a preview of the summer update from that. So I'll be talking about that with the Wizard 101 news. So that'll be kind of a big portion of this update. But I guess we'll start things off with what's been going on with me, just to kind of get that out of the way, because it's not too much. But it is summer for me. Even though I'm taking one summer class, it's not too big of a deal. I have the first test for that. There's only 2 tests because it's a 6-week course, so there's only 2 tests total, like a midterm I guess, and then a final. So that's next week. I'll be studying for that soon, and then that's it. I already finished this semester early May, so got that out of the way. I only took 3 classes because I had to drop 1. I'm taking that the following semester in this fall, so got that. I'm still a senior. I've been a senior for, I guess this would be the first semester I'm officially a senior, but I'll probably be taking a total of 3 semesters as a senior, so, and then I'll eventually be able to graduate. But I'll be graduating with a major in cybersecurity and a minor in computer science. A lot of people have been asking about that just throughout my videos, so there's your answer to that. I finally declared my minor because I was just 1 class short of getting a computer science minor, so might as well just take that next year. But there's the update on my school stuff that's going on. So I'll be graduating a year from now, basically. Actually, a year from now I'll have been graduated, so that's exciting. 2018 will be a great year for that. I'll be excited. But that's the updates with me. The other thing that I want to mention quick is Tara and I had our trip right after I finished finals. We went on our vacation together, and we posted 2 videos of that, so go check them out. One of them is me getting Tara a ring, which was really special, so go check that out if you want. The other one was just kind of a Q&A type of just talking about our relationship, so go watch those if you want to get some insight into our relationship and all of that. So thank you to people that have watched it already and enjoyed it. But here we go, let's move on to the wizard stuff that I know people are excited for. So I'm on my fire right now because I will be doing some live streams on my fire because I don't have that good of gear. You may have seen that I do have the Darkmoor robe, but I think that's the only Darkmoor piece of gear I even have. Let's see. Do I have the... Did I get the Malister staff as a drop? I feel like I did. It's not really that important though. If maybe I didn't. I don't know. But the only piece of Darkmoor gear I think is the robe, which is, the robe is good, but it's not the best. I'm also using a level 96 crafted hat, and I'm using Hades boots. So as you can see, not the best gear ever for level 109, but we're getting there. I think I might be doing some live streams of either Darkmoor or going for Rattlebones, because I know the robe from him I think is better than the Darkmoor one. I'll have to check, but probably just farming Darkmoor and maybe Rattlebones. Maybe the Crocopatcher one is probably better. There's a Crocopatcher hat, so I'll just see. If the boots from Darkmoor aren't better, then I'm not going to go for them, but they might be. We'll see. And then I'm already using the crit wand. So also the Thane would be good to get that from Darkmoor too. So I don't know. I might be farming that soon, so stay tuned to my Twitch, Twitter for updates on that to see when I'm going to be streaming on my fire and trying to get some pieces of gear that are just necessary for higher level. So let's move on to the updates from yesterday's KI Live. Now they tried to kind of go over some of the new updates that are going to be happening in the summer test room, because there's always a summer test room, and this one looks like they're focusing on PvP a lot. So we've had the big update this spring, which included monstrology and all that. They're still kind of fixing the bugs of that, but I think it's mostly finished. The next thing is, it seems like they're moving on to PvP, which is good. I hope there's more PvP changes than what they've just shown, but basically they're adding a new tournament style where there's separate turns for each wizard in the battle. I don't know how this applies to 2v2 and 3v3 because they didn't show that, but I'm guessing it's the same way. Basically, one person or one side takes a turn and then the other side doesn't go. So it's basically like they pass, and then it switches and the other side takes a turn and the opposing side has to pass. So it's kind of like turn-based. It's completely turn-based, like any kind of turn-based card game that you've seen. It's exactly like that, because both don't go at the same time. Like, both don't pick cards and then go like we've seen in normal wizard and like every other wizard mode. Each side has a turn, and then the opponent gets to see what they do, and then they decide what they want to do. So it's not like you have to predict anything in PvP, which is a big portion of PvP, was having to predict what your opponent was going to do if you're going second, or even if you're going first. And this really plays a big factor with dispels, predicting dispels, and trying to play around that. Now, if you get dispelled, you will see that you have a dispel on you, and then the next turn you can choose what cards you want to use to maybe get rid of the dispel or play around that. So that is basically the big thing that they're pushing with PvP. For now, I think it's just a tournament mode, and we'll see if they push it to ranked at all. I mean, it'd be cool if there was different modes in ranked. Now, I don't PvP a lot, but it would be interesting to actually try this and just see how it is. I know some people are like claiming that it's going to completely save PvP, but I feel like it's going to take this and a lot more to completely save it, because they haven't even touched the ranked. Ranked is still the same, and there's still, you know, the tournaments with the quick match. Quick match was actually fun. Blue and I played that quite a bit in the past. We haven't done any PvP tournaments or anything like that recently, but there's still shadow spells. You know, that's still a lot of damage. Like, I should just do a video of me just comparing shadow spells to regular spells and how it's making all regular spells just completely useless. Like, there was a time when people would use Heckhound in PvP. Just think about that. Like, wow. Can you imagine seeing that now? Yeah. You're not going to see it because we've got other spells that just deal way too much damage. Burning Rampage, pretty good. And then, of course, yeah, Fire from Above. And I don't even have the new one. So, there you go. I don't even have Bowl either. So, we got some shadow spells to get on this character. But, yeah, that's the PvP updates. I hope there's more. I hope they propose more changes, and we'll see what happens. But that's just kind of what we've seen so far with the very minimal like preview during KI Live. The other one that they showed was when you dispel, there's going to be a dispel shield, kind of like a dispel block, I guess, kind of like a stun block, but instead it's for dispels. And if you dispel your opponent, you can't dispel again. If you do dispel again, it takes off the shield, doesn't actually put a dispel on them. So I'm guessing it's the same kind of like thing with stun block. They showed a stun block was the, like, I'm guessing it's just a placeholder, because you won't want stun block and the dispel block to look the same. So they'll probably come up with some kind of different shield type of look for that. And it's basically so you can't dispel twice in a row. If you do dispel twice in a row, it won't actually put a dispel up. You have to dispel 3 times. So that is another change that's going to be happening, at least just for that game mode. I don't know if that's going to apply to other PvP game modes, because they didn't really say, because we don't really have too much information right now. But that's just a little preview of it, what we saw during the KI live stream. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that they really showed during that, but it seems like they were trying to focus on the PvP. And I feel like there was one other thing, but I can't. There was the bundle. We will talk about the bundle towards the end here, but I'm trying to remember if there's anything else that they really were trying to push, but I don't think so. But for now, that is it for the PvP. I hope that they give us more updates. Maybe they'll give us more updates with the newsletter for next month, so that's exciting. But moving on, we've got the new bundle. So I haven't been able to get my hands on this bundle, because bundles for me, whenever people in other parts of the United States get the bundle, it seems that my GameStops don't get it that quickly, and it takes a while. So I've had my girlfriend Tara buy bundles in Arizona for me, because Nebraska doesn't get them that early. So we'll just see. I'm trying to get the bundle, but whenever I get it, you'll see a video on it, and I'll showcase everything. The house, I know, is pretty great, pretty spectacular, so that's exciting. There's a new bundle. It's called the Dashing Outlaws, or no, it's called just the Avalon Outlaws, I think. The Dashing Outlaw, I think, is the name of the gear. So we got the Avalon Outlaw bundle, and I'll talk about everything that it has in the actual video. Maybe people want to be surprised on that, I don't know. But there's a new bundle, comes with the house, comes with the mount, new gear, new weapon. That's the hint that they showed this month in the newsletter with the catapult, because the catapult, Avalon, it's in the house, so it all makes sense. And there's also a new pet, which I will be doing a pet showcase on eventually, once we actually get this bundle. So new bundle came out this month. That was kind of the big thing, but it seems like it's taken a while to actually ship out to GameStops, so hopefully I get that soon. and you'll see that on the channel with a video of the new bundles. The other big thing that they talked about in KI Live was the launch of EverClicker. So I've been doing a few videos of that. I'm going to do one more just to kind of finish up the world, defeat the final boss. You can continue to defeat the boss, it just kind of repeats, that's how the game goes. And I'll be doing that so you guys can watch it, but there's 2 other videos of EverClicker up if you want to go and check that out. So that was a big topic for them. Moving on to other things, Blue and I are continuing the walkthroughs. I feel like I just say the same thing. We try to post once a week on that. That's kind of how it's gone to now. I don't know if it's going to increase at all this summer, but for now, once a week on the walkthroughs, Pirate and Polaris. With the Pirate, we are basically 2 or 3 episodes off of finishing that. So once we finish that, I feel like we'll do Polaris a little faster. But we are almost done with Pirate. That's the end of the game. Valencia 2 is it. We'll finish that and be done. I don't know when the next time I'll touch Pirate is, because there's not been any updates. We haven't had a spring update. There's been no indication of a summer update, so I don't know. We're kind of just waiting for that, but we will see. I hope there's an update for Pirate. They didn't talk about any Pirate news in KI Live, so we're waiting on that. But Polaris will get done this summer, and then we'll continue Mirage again. So we might take a break in between Polaris and Mirage just because there's been a lot of Mirage on the channel recently, but we will wait and see. So I think that's everything that I want to talk about in this. For me, just continue to take my classes, and I'll be posting videos this summer, so that'll be exciting. I might do some more Roblox type of videos. We'll have to see if I have time this summer to do that, but expect mostly, Wizard, the walkthroughs, and then some other videos here and there. Just kind of depends what I feel like doing. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for being subscribed to my channel. It's gonna be a great summer, so I'm excited to start things off next month with June. So leave a like if you guys have enjoyed this, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all next time.